Hello, hello, friends. Going a little espresso blend today from Stell's. Thank you, Robbie. Sorry about the tardiness kind of the video, but with all the Barrett Festivus this weekend, turning 7. Plus, I was waiting on a couple things, which we'll get to at the very end of this video. It took me a couple extra days, so sorry about that. But we're back at it. Today, obviously, great week of programming going on. We do have some competition stuff coming up. I need to clarify some dates, so I'll make sure I'll get that stuff to you guys on Sunday. But we got some stuff coming up there. What I mainly wanted to focus on today was a little bit of the intuitive eating week 1. Make sure you guys look at the video and kind of dive into that and ask questions and comments, all that. I kind of want to talk about my journey and how it's kind of helped. Is everything that's in this video, like week 1 is like me in a nutshell, right? Like every single one of these: eat only seafood, eat only at certain times, punish yourself, devalue work based on food, all of it I've done. And this is why originally when I had sat down with Kelly and we kind of went over, and I saw a lot of value in this because it's a lot of stuff I've had to work really, really hard on. And this comes into some stuff we'll deal with later on, but is that it's about being healthy. It's not about being, thin or smaller. That, like I'm bigger now than I have been previously, but I've been performing better. And I know for a lot of people, they'd be like, well, cool. But for me, that's a struggle. That's something I struggle with, is that like by being less lean, by carrying more weight effectively, and this is crazy, I know, looking worse, right? That it's actually not only better performance-wise, but it's better health-wise, right? Because that lighter, leaner version of me was like irritable and angry and all of these things, right? And like didn't perform well because I was so depleted, right? Kind of the way, if you guys looked, if you've ever seen bodybuilding, when those guys and girls walk on the stage, they're so depleted that they couldn't do basic arithmetic. It's like, if anyone ever follows the UFC or wrestling and they have to cut weight before an event, because they're fighting at 155. Those of you guys don't know, like, if you fight at 155, most of those people weigh like 170 to 180 pounds. They cut 20 to 30 pounds of water weight and they deplete themselves down so far to get under that weight that they're like barely able to function, and then they rehydrate. And then by the time the next day rolls around, they walk into the ring and they're, 20 pounds heavier. So, but I digress. But essentially what I'm getting at is there's a point where, you're so depleted or you're so under, you're actually at a detriment, so that's something I've struggled with, and, just listening to hunger cues, and allowing yourself to just eat food. So I've done this since I like was 14 years old and I was cycling, is that I would like self-justify a lot of things. Like, oh, I rode the bike X, so now I get to eat Y, right? Or I did that extra conditioning piece in the gym today, so now I'm allowed to, instead of just like, it is what it is, right? And this is something I've had to work on a lot, with just not even giving myself permission, but just not being so neurotic about it, right? So one way I've tried to do it is allowing things, and I found that this works really well for me, is allowing things to come into my life organically, right? So meaning I'm not necessarily going to go out and buy a big thing of cookies, but if it happens to just come into my life, then I'm not gonna, if I'm like, yeah, I kind of want a cookie, I'm gonna listen to my hunger cues. Like, are you hungry? Or are you just eating a cookie? But if I'm like, yeah, I kind of want a cookie, man, those look good, then I'm not gonna sweat it, right? And that has been a struggle for me, but it's been something I've been really trying to work hard on. Like, it was my son's birthday. He had some ice cream. He had a cake. We went out, and he wanted rolled tacos, the ice cream rolled tacos, not actual rolled tacos, not like taquitos. And so it's like, yeah, man, which one should I get? Oh, Dad, I think you should get the cookies and cream one. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to guilt myself. I'm not going to feel bad about myself. It's just, it is what it is. I don't eat it all the time, because also we got to look at things at a macro level, right? So if there's 365 days a year and you have dessert 5 times, like, what are you really talking about, right? Even if you had it once a week, it's 52 times out of 365. If you ate good 300 days out of the year, and then 65 of the days of the year you lost your mind, what are we really talking about? And these are all things I struggle. So take some time, guys, and really dive into these principles and try and identify, and then, ask some questions. And there's a lot of really good stuff about this. So I'm really looking forward to the feedback and your guys' input. And remember, comment, what you like, what you don't like. I think I talked about Kelly originally about maybe trying to do some meetup kind of stuff. So we're trying to figure that out. But yeah, ask questions. I'm always around. Don't ever think I'm too busy. And if I am busy in the moment and I'm coaching, we can set up some time. A lot of times in the middle of the day, especially on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, I have time. Mondays and Wednesdays, I kind of coach the middle of the day, but Tuesday, Thursdays, I don't. So that'd be a great time. So really dive into this and just try and identify some of these things and ask questions. But I'm really excited about week 1. The other thing I'm really excited about, I was going to have a prop. I was going to have Eddie the Eagle, which is the official mascot from the 1984 LA Olympics. But I can't find it. It's somewhere in Barrett's room. But that being said, 4th of July is upon us. We have our new 4th of July shirt. Sign-up sheets will be on the desk. They are Olympic inspired, right? We'll be sending out a message. This is one of them. Whoa, Jesus. It's one of them, right? It's going to be gold with red. Then we got the eagle, right? So kind of we drew our inspiration from America and it being an Olympic year. Now, these are going to be hand bleached, right? So every shirt's going to be a little different. Know that going in. And so you have 2 options. You have the eagle, which is the eagle, or you have what I'm calling the Olympic, which is going to be gold with red with a gold flag on it, which is going to be dope too. I mean, they're both sick. I'm going to get both, but it's like if I had 2 kids trying to decide between 2 kids. They're dope. So sign up sheets, be on the lookout for that. Dive into the intuitive eating stuff. And thank you very much, guys. Let's have an awesome week and get after it. Thanks, guys. Deuces.